What is the key for the 49ers banged up defense to slow down the Saints offense?
I think it's got to come from your back seven. You gotta mix up your coverage, and you can't just play zone all single quarter every single minute of the game, because if you do, a smart quarterback like Drew Brees eventually is going to figure that out if it's a close game in the fourth quarter. And so that's you got to focus on mixing up your coverage. If you could cover these guys, that's going to allow your limited pass rush to actually create pressure and maybe seize on the moment. Because that's the only way if it gets done. I'm not going to say pass rush. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to stop this Saints passing attack through the air, rally to the football, and not let Alvin Kamara get 20 yards after the catch.
Right.
It's going to be a really hard, because the best way to stop Drew Brees is to get after him, and the 49ers just don't have the ability to do that. It's going to be interesting to see how they even match up with Jared Cook. Jared Cook was beating Marcel Harris last year all over the field until he got hurt. So I find on this one, I don't see the defense playing well enough to stop them and hold them under 40 points. So they're just going to have to hope that Nick Mullins can keep pace.
I think the best way to stop the Saints offense, like Jack said, I don't know if they'll necessarily hold them to 20 points if they stop them, but I think getting them under 35 is a good effort for the defense, and the best way to do that is by playing tight coverage. Drew Brees throws really close to the line. The number I found is Brees is his intended air yards per pass attempt is 5.5. That's the lowest in the NFL. For scale, for Niner fans to understand it, do you know who the second and third quarterbacks are in the NFL in that stat category? Can you take a guess?
Is one of them named Nick and the other one named James?
Yeah, that's correct. Jimmy Garoppolo is 6.3 and Nick Mullins is 6.6. So all three throw short passes, keep it close to the line. And yeah, Drew Brees was without Michael Thomas for a lot of that. But even Michael Thomas, a lot of his yards are slants and curls and short passes. So I think you got to play close. And that's what Emmanuel Mosley was getting burned on, was those deep passes a couple weeks ago. And then he was giving up those short passes to DK Metcalf afterwards. So play close. Don't give up those. I think it's worth the risk to allow Drew Brees to throw deep a couple times if it shuts down the short pass.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Maverick in particular. The thing about the pass rush is the Niners couldn't hit Drew Brees last year. And a lot of it with him is he gets rid of the ball so quickly. You really do have to play tight man coverage. He's not going to run on you. So you play two deep, tight man coverage or whatever. Switch it up. You got to blitz sometimes. And take away the quick throws. Take away the slants as much as you can. Force the wide receivers to run deep. Force Drew Brees to throw deep and hold the ball long enough to get it out there. Absolutely, they got to do that. But also what I think they got to do, they really got lucky last year that Jared Cook left that game early. Had he played the whole game, I think the Niners would have lost. And what I saw from the Niners in that game is they were playing a lot of zone coverage on first and second down, as they used to do. And Sean Payton had a million ways to get Jared Cook on either Marcel Harris or Azeez Al-Shaair, on the two weakest guys in the back seven, and just killed him. So what Saleh has to do today is he needs to dictate the matchups. He can't let Peyton dictate the matchups. And if they're going to go with more man coverage, which is what they've been doing all year, then they need to – I think this is a good week to have either Jimmy Ward move to strong safety. I think they should move Jimmy Ward to strong safety this week and play Tavarius Moore. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the wrinkle that's coming. Because Marcel Harris has had his opportunity. They need to see Tavarius Moore. They're going against a passing team. Marcel Harris was awful last season against this team. Jimmy Ward, I've been really hard on him. But when he covers tight ends man-to-man, for whatever reason, no one targets him. And you guys have noticed this. Like, we never noticed Jimmy Ward because he honestly doesn't get targeted. So if that's the case, put him on Jared Cook and take that away and put Tavarius Moore in center field. If you're going to play Jimmy in man-to-man coverage and you need a center fielder, it's Moore. He covers the most ground. I think that's what's going to happen. The key is to get Jimmy on Cook and to play Team Moore in center field. Anything else are going to get dusted.
Well, and it's not like Alvin Kamara is a banger as a running back. He's more of a finesse runner. So if you want to look at it from that aspect, like, okay, Alvin Kamara is going to truck Jimmy Ward or Tarvarius Moore? No. So why don't you put these guys out there?
I agree. And, the Niners did a good job against Kamara last year, really. The one guy that they couldn't – well, they gave up a lot of points, but they really couldn't stop Jared Cook.
And the difference is you have 2 middle linebackers that are 3-down linebackers that can cover very, very well. A lot of teams don't have that, so they need maybe a little banger in the back end, but Jimmy Ward could hold his own for a little bit, and so can
Leo,
Tarvarius Moore.
this is a family show. You can't just say banger in the back end like that. What are you
Well,
talking
I'm not
about?
going like this talking about banger.
This is PG. My goodness. Oh my God. All right.
I'm sorry, I forgot it. I forgot we're 2020.
I'm sorry. I'm so immature. Okay.
It's all right. Family show. Is Larry Mullins going to the game? It's not too far from Alabama.
Larry, you going to the game? I don't know.
Larry.